Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. And in this one we have Vi jungle because she might not be, tier 1 sort of Hecarim tier, but she's still an S+ jungler and still one of the best junglers in the game at the moment. Largely because she can basically use any of the jungle pets. I wouldn't really go Gus Walker, the blue one, but the green one, shield, tenacity after you engage. Perfect. More damage with the Scorch Claw. Yeah, we like that as well. With that in mind, Hail of Blades, Rune Set, not Conqueror. We are going for a nice early game, high damage, Spear of Shojin, but still tanky build. Now, Spear of Shojin giving us 300 HP, that's a lot. Vi having a very low cooldown Q, once you've maxed it up a little bit, plus Spear of Shojin cooldowns on basic abilities, very scary, and that item works in so many fighters. And you know what? I haven't seen one Jax. Largely because people are banning it, but it's nice to see that the item is actually going onto different champions, even though Vi has always been a good user of things like this, versus Jax just dominating and making us hate the world. So lovely to see some new itemization for Vi as well, because it's been kind of standard. And as this is going live, the best junglers tier list on the main channel, that's out. But I'm also doing a special free loose talk about the new jungle season 13, all my strategies, how they're going to translate and work. Look, you can kite the camp here. You can see that on the Gosu Academy bootcamp. Click the link in the description below. Go to the Gosu Academy website. Sign up for the 30-day program, for training program, but use code Virkayu. It will be absolutely free. You can come join me right now as this video is live. If you miss it, don't worry, you can still sign up for free afterwards and watch a VOD recording of it. So free chat talking about Season 13 jungle, how to optimize it, how to best use the pets, and all of how jungle strategies will change and evolve in the coming season. Gosu Academy Virkayu right now or in the future, whenever you watch this. So Vi's doing a blue Gromp Wolf clear here, Wolves clear, kiting it out. We're crossing at 224, doing a little bit of a loop back here because obviously when the wave is pushed in, you don't want to be seen crossing. That cross timer is absolutely unlucky. The cross timer is absolutely huge for high elo junglers to see, specifically on career as well, because when a Nidalee crosses at 223, when a Viego crosses at 222, I can tell, what the next step is going to be. They can tell what the next step is going to be and how they're going to flex their clear. Look, what's the state of top lane as they cross? Will they cut and fall back to the clear and all that good stuff? So track your timers when you cross, make sure you're not seen. And we have here a Lilia against us, trying the new melee Lilia with Conqueror. Comme ci, comme ça, eh? Not super good, not super bad, greater and low elo for sure. Now, Vi's doing a 5 camp. Remember, you can 6 camp here with the 5 camper, coming out at 315 now, healthy, relatively, chugging a potion, going for a Yone. The Akali goes in, we burn our Q flash, and the Yone flashes as well, and then he Qs over the wall. Akali follows up, she hits a Q, she doesn't do any damage, and then she eventually swipes him down. So that's a nice little gank there. Everyone used everything, essentially, but that's not changed with Vi, okay? You are still, by far, looking to gank the mid lane, gank the bot lane, gank the top lane first early. Don't fall clear and think, I'm gonna rush my ultimate. My ultimate is nice. Yes, we want to get the treats down to 20. Yes, we want to get the treats down to 30. Down to 30, goodness gracious, Virkayu, down to 0 for that shield and the tenacity amp, but it's not something that you're going to necessarily become an AFK farmer for. That is not your thing. The Lily, on the other hand, will do that, so here we can track her, right? Most likely she took this, that'll be 28 CS. Now, something I just wanted to mention, I actually went on a tangent there, and I want to mention it. The Krug camp, because it's quicker to take, you might think, the respawn time is going to be sooner. No, because the large Krug and the medium Krug are what triggered that reset timer, right? Just because the subsequent tinies are easier to take and easier to finish doesn't necessarily mean the camp's going to spawn faster. Now, what's nice about this is we're going to go ahead and gank this Tryndamere. Of course, we want to gank top lane. Watch the minimap there. You see the arrows, you see the pings. Here we go. Lilia shows up 32 CS. She's going to gank this. We're going to gank this. We'll focus on the Vi because that's what we're talking about here. Ghost is used. Flash, we want to try and get the flash burn. Can we get the flash burn? Very disciplined there by the Tryndamere. Very, very disciplined. Now, what's the tell here? He spins to win, or he spins to lose. I don't know why he went back in. I don't know why he thought he could do that, but lol. Okay, so this is great. I like Cassante too. All right, let's break it down here. 5 camper into some action, into us going topside. They see us going topside. We know the Lily will be taking this while we're ganking this. The Lily also has eyes and can say, 20 CS to the Vi, going top lane. Most likely, her Krug camp is available. So instead of resetting on that scuttle, I'm gonna slide on in, take that quick Krug camp, and then gank the bottom lane. Doesn't get anything, but we burn some. Vi, on the other hand, translates that to a gank top lane. And remember, the top lane wave and the mid lane wave, 5 minutes is your level 6 wave if you don't have anything weird happen. Obviously, that can delay to 520, 530, depending on roams and backtimers and deaths and trades and so on and so forth. But, 5 instead of 530. So try and gank your top laner before said point and really try and snowball your top laner. You're going to notice top laners with 2 or 3 level leads when they can snowball, and that's nice and juicy. Now, Yone did burn everything, so we can just run on in, hit a Q, hit an E, hit an auto, get our W proc, get our passive proc. You don't have to really think about those things, but they're in the kit, so make sure you're aware of them. Now, the pathing overall, the jungle clear, faster, healthier, better, stronger, higher jumping, and so on. Good jungle pet. Make sure you're still doing a 5 camp into action. And now you're looking here. This is how we roll. None of this has changed, okay? 30 treats left to 25 treats left. This is obvious, right? This is obvious because the Lilia isn't going to match that kind of tempo, all right? She'll probably look to do that. Now, we know that's gone. Typically, Vi would look to do this, but the mid-top meta, in terms of the experience leads they can get, is really potent at the moment. I would highly recommend, yes, it's a bot lane meta in terms of, hey, dragons and bot lanes, but your bot lanes are going to be vegetables anyway. Your top laners, at least, would be a vegetable with more fiber because they're higher levels. They just have more stats in them. You look at 2 vegetables, you're like, well, this is X and this is X plus 3. I don't like the taste of either, but I want the X plus 3, right? So you go top lane. Yone. Nice use of the ult there. Nice Q to interrupt. Nice ult to interrupt. Beautifully done. Getting that early level 6 spike. Lilia, in contrast, there is level 5. Did she actually? No, she did. I was going to say, that's a long dragon, but not worth the risk. Look at this. We are not interacting with bot lane at all. Now, typically, our bot lanes would be inting and losing. Do you think it matters in this regard? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter because we're snowballing mid lane so heavily. We're snowballing top lane so heavily, and we're snowballing ourselves. Do the gorilla chant and say, monkeys follow me, because that's exactly what you are. This is nice. I almost hiccuped it from excitement because that's so satisfying. When you play Cassante, when you play Ornn, you play Mundo, and you chuck out your Q with your Cassante, you chuck out your Q3, your Q with your Ornn, or your, of course, E with Mundo, and you just domino effect all the baby Krugs. Yeah, I enjoy that. It's just one of those satisfying things, isn't it? So Lilia's like, I better get on the map here and find a level 6. The Cassandra's now 2 levels above the Trinimir, but she does make it known that she exists. Vi decides to actually take this before resetting here to ensure she gets a serrated Dirk spike. Now, remember, the serrated Dirk spike, lethality spike on Vi is still absolutely astronomically big. Hey, your ult is now used, but why would he keep going? Like, couldn't he just use his ult to kind of... run away? Like, why did he go back in? I mean, she's got ult almost up here, 14 seconds. He probably doesn't know the timer off the cuff. Okay, then. So, great tilt play by the Vi to force all the laners to just want to kill her no matter what. Now, you frustrated my lane, I'm going to do it. And the Lilia's like, well, I better try and get the Scuttle. Sorry, Scuttle. What's that? Void Beetle, Herald. And Vi says, look, my ult's up. I know you're going there thinking I can't come back, but I'm Vi with lethality, and I only boost lucidity. I have cooldowns. I have point-and-click ultimates, and I'm going to take that from you. Level 8 to level 6, not by FK farming, my friends, by spam ganking lanes. Mid, top, mid, top, mid, top. And it's beautiful because you tilt them, you get fed, and now your top laner was 2 levels ahead of his laner before the Lilia showed up. Well played to her, she tried to correct it, but it's kind of difficult to do when Cassandra is 2,800 gold, and Trinimir has 2,400. Now, that's only 400 gold lead, obviously because we died, but it's a 2-level experience lead. That, in stats, doubles that gold lead at minimum, you know what I mean? It's really a large amount of gold in terms of effective advantage that the Cassante has here. And with Cassante, remember, trade. You order Q, back away, order Q, back away. Use that Q3 for your all-ins, or just to annoy them. Vi takes this, cleans up this, goes back to base, and as I was saying, the lethality spike is absolutely astronomical. Now, she was going for the Eclipse, and then she realized, why? That's expensive. With a shield and Omnivamp, why didn't I just go with Umbral Glaive and control all the vision across the line, which is what's good, and it's cheap and it's effective. And now it allows her to buy the Aegis to immediately become tanky. Now, the Aegis is something we all hate as junglers because it reminds us of pro play Aegis Locket of Iron Solari mega purchases back in the day where we would just support bitches, essentially. Now we can build Aegis and build them into Jack Show and Radiant Virtue and things like this. Obviously, Jack Show is the better one because it gives you bonus resistances. There we get the Q Flash there, Flash Q, either way, depending what you need to do in the scenario. Ultimate is up again, Ultimato. We were kind of forcing that dragon, I think, a little bit. Obviously, votes happen, pros and cons, yes and no's, and you always have to play it accordingly, but enough is burned that they have to fall away. We're at 19 snacks. Lily is finally at 20 snacks, so she has just upgraded her smite. And remember, that's now 900 smite, so when it comes to your dragons here, that hasn't changed. It will change when you go from 20 to 0. We avoid the bowling ball with a Q, although we don't actually avoid it. So, you know, resistances, Aegis, all-ins, Moss Stomper, Umbral Glaive. A lot of damage early. Right here, there you go, look at that. That's just Q autos and E's, right? Like that's Q's autos and E's, and now we can use our ultimate to finish if we need to, but we're just gonna interrupt him with the Q again. No need to. That's what Umbral Glaive does on Vi. And the Aegis allows you significantly more tankiness. So why do I need more damage in that particular moment with this lead when I can already do that? Because I've made myself be able to do it. That's why we go Jack Show. Bonus resistances in those fights, drain tank essentially with HP. And when it comes to Vi with Moss Stomper and that as well, snowballing junglers. I mean, I love it when someone just says, you know what, I can 5-camp faster and healthier. Thank you so much, Rito. I'm gonna use that to gank the bitches all across the map. There you go, that's all she does. That's all she does. And look at top lane, 2-4-0. Actually, he killed Cassante, didn't he? Cassante has died, but that's unlucky. I mean, that's normal. You know, that's why we gank the lanes. To feed them, yeah, but it's also, as I said, to feed ourselves. Akali's 2-0. The poor Yone, man. Like, this is Vi. The Yone was pushing in, the Yone had the advantage. The Yone could have very easily been 5-0 solo killing the Akali. The Akali could have just been one of those bad players, bad mental. You don't know, because you can't look them up in Champ Select anymore, right? Thus, gank the hell out of the lane, make him feed, and just kill him over and over again. And Yones and Yasuos, and those kind of players, the Vaynes, the Dravens, that's who you really want to camp. There's an archetype of personality for these champions most of the time. Not all the time. Don't want to lump everyone in because I have really nice Yone players, in my Discord and things like that are great people, but you know what I mean. Typically, in your low elos for sure. So, we are 2,100 in pocket here. We see the but already our Q's on such a low cooldown, 3.87. You can imagine with the Spear of Shojin. Let's keep that in mind. We're going for the Jaxo second because the Jaxo second is very, very good for these mid-game skirmishes when you have enough damage from the Umbral Glaive. Gives you the tankiness, it will give you the drain tank effectiveness, it will give you the bonus resistances as you go long in fights, specifically these longer skirmishes like this. And you can see here, having a lot more damage in that fight there would result in her death. But the Aegis plus eventually the Moss Stomper in those tight fights around 15 to 20 minutes is going to be huge for keeping her alive. But the Umbral Glaive is more than enough damage. Remember, you only heal if you have a jungle item and you can finish it. Obviously, it's 20% less damage on the enemy jungle camps than our own, so it will take longer. So if you're going to take those camps, and you can, just be aware that where we might be able to do Grump into Wolves and run away easily, now you can maybe do Grump into Wolves and run away just in time, so you might want to cut out some of the Wolf camp and just let it despawn yourself. As you were. Now, we do have Jaxo completed. I love this item completely. One of my favorite items. I rush it on Cassante as well. You don't have to rush it. Ideally, it's a really good second. That was remarkably fast. I was thinking, damn, that's quick, but it's because I double time speed for some reason. So, there we go. We can just gap close. We have the ultimate. You know, if he has his ultimate or not, it doesn't really matter, but I would try not to use my ultimate until he's used his or he's gotten beyond reach. But again, with the Q, what are we at now? 3.87 still. This obviously gives us 20 haste, so it's just a small decrease at this stage, but 20 health drain, obviously not a lot. Let's keep track of those things. So 20 health drained here, and we'll keep an eye on the CDR of the Q Vault, the Vault Breaker, once we finish Spear of Shojin. Now, Spear of Shojin can be gone second, it can be gone third. Protean can be gone first, it can be gone second. Could go third with it, but I wouldn't necessarily. I think the Aegis and the Bullpath is super satisfying. It's nice. You know, Aegis plus Kindle Gem, it's just easy. And I like that I don't have to buy Bombies, although on certain champions, I do recommend still buying Bombies. You could go Bombi Sunfire into Jaxo, for example. Still good on things like Mundo, although with Mundo, you are not doing that. Heartsteel, not Jaxo. Yeah, I didn't mean Mundo like you should actually build that. I just meant Mundo like the Bombi Cinder Sunfire is still good on the champion because, you know, you want the burn damage. And effectively, Amumu's trash because he was so tied to Bombi Cinder Sunfire and Chem Tank and things like that that he's lost so many stats just from not having this core itemization spike. You see this fisting across the map. What do we do when we're so far ahead? Take the Herald. The Lilia just hasn't been able to control the tempo. Now, if you fail to execute like the Vi in terms of recognizing these gank opportunities, and like, I know Lily started top, she's going bot lane, she's going to full clear, right? That's what she does. Therefore, I can cut my clear short 5 camp, but not faster than before, gank a lane, gank another lane. She'll take bottom lane, she'll counter jungle me, don't care. because I'll just repeat gank those lanes as much as I can. And the Lily now has to adapt to my tempo. And yes, she's level 9, but we're level 11. Yes, she's got... Why would you go Rod? Woo! That's an... Oh, my goodness gracious. See, this is where we want... We do have Q-Flash if we need it, but we don't. This is where you really want that... The Moss Stomper, isn't it? I mean, that kind of stuff is really annoying against this team comp. You've got the slows, so many slows. Look at this, so many slows. And the slow resist is going to be beautiful. That's a nice solo kill for the top lane. What are we at now? 6,300 to 5,400. It's not increasing as much as you'd like, but it's more than enough in terms of itemization to get the kills here. We don't need our ult. Ooh, don't have our ult anyway. We can fall back to now counter jungle. Remember, ping your wards when you see them. Get the timer, get extra gold, become rich. And then flourish. 10-0-3. I'm kind of curious, what are we at here? 2,300. Yeah, he saw us. Ah, okay. Alt in 11. Can we stick it out? Remember, we're still not full damage yet, right? Ooh, we're not full damage. We're definitely tanky, and we definitely do damage, but we don't do extremes of one or the other. And that's something you do need to weigh together when you're playing this itemization. Yone is always a bit of a champion like this. Right, Moss Stomper is now complete. So we do get that shield with Karma as well. You know, like when you're building this and you have a Soraka, Karma, things like that, a Spirit Visage on certain champions, very nice. Shield. Think about it. Not every time. Warwick is good. With Jack Shaw, plus Moss Stomper on Warwick, that's where we want to Spirit Visage, because we have our own personal amp healing, we have our own personal shield from the Moss Stomper, and we have the healing from Jack Shaw. So just healing, and you know, throwing a Ravenous Hydra. That's some spoiler tech there that I've been working on in the Discord with another Warwick player. Definitely looks interesting. So we can probably buy Spirit Shojin in one buy here. So let's have a look. We're at 3.64. We're going to go ahead and snack this. We should reset here. Very good. 3.64, and it's finished, and now it's 3.08. Thank you. Blessed item. Now, as you can see that, right? It scales with your AD, so yeah. Reduced to 10 ability haste for immobilizing spells, but you know what? Half a second on Q? Over half a second on Q cooldown boost? That's not to be scoffed at. In terms of mobility now, this is absolutely batshit insane, to be honest with you. A lot of haste, a lot of free reduction, and obviously we get there that increased movement speed based upon missing health, which means for melees who go into fights, we can move in and out. It gives us a little bit of that, not quite phase rush, you know, literally, but it does give us the ability to move in and out. So if this game were to go on, say, for 40 minutes, this itemization spike gives you now, what do we got here? We got 300 HP, 65, 80, 300 HP. 400 HP here, plus 50 AD there. So we're at 2,500 HP with a resistance stacking mythic, okay, that gives us resistances for each finished item that we have. And now you can afford to go things like Stoneplate should you want to. You can afford to go things like Warmugs should you want to. You can afford to go things like Sterak. You can go Death Stones, more GA. You can really flex the final, you know, 2 items, whatever the hell you want, on vibe based upon your game state. If you need more resistances, you can get that. If you just want HP and that can't kill you, you can get that too. If you want to be an assassin, no damage maker, you can do that as well. Really, it's up to you. And as you can see here, we're going to Q in. Again, we're going to ult here. We'll Q will be up again. It is up again. So if we needed to use it, we could do. Ooh, frozen in time. Thank you, Lilia. Yeah, I'm not as impressed by the Lilia, but I'm also a little bit disturbed that she thought building Rod of Ages was a good idea. Just do Conqueror, do Riftmaker, do Leandries, do Demonics, you know, but as you can see, we're at now 155 health drain. So I'm looking forward to many people saying this item's terrible because you don't drain enough HP. Come on, it's contextual. Go play a 35-minute game and get into fights and then track the HP. The raw stats and the abilities from the and the bonuses from the item, more than enough outside of that. We're at now 9 wards killed on the Umbral Glaive, and remember, vision control is tantamount to success. And this has been an absolutely jungle masterclass from Vi. How to path, how to gank, how to snowball games, how to build aggressive, how to play around basically yourself and also the winning lanes that you created, and how to basically ignore bottom lane entirely until you show up and get a double kill. You ganked every lane, the enemy jungler didn't know what to do, she ran away like Bambi. That's the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked, enjoyed, and learned something. Please like and comment and share if you did. Subscribe perhaps. and best junglers tier list on the main channel. And as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.